Look at her. She is so rushing me. Anyway, good morning. How are you? How's everyone? Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, midweek. Oh my goodness, aren't you glad it's almost weekend? No, just kidding. It's just midweek. Oh my goodness, it's still halfway, and halfway through the week, and it's kind of, and if you are really busy and cramming and stressing out for this upcoming holiday, Christmas shopping, everything, you better pause, especially if you don't want to get really stressed or burned out. So that's why I wanted to talk to you about a little bit of Wednesday wellness. So, we gotta be careful of being burnout. It's tough. It's hard, especially at this holiday season when the Christmas comes and you're so burned out after all the hustle and bustle around you. So we better try to stop and pause for a bit. Let's push that pause button altogether and start trying to relax and focus on our wellness for a little bit, because we tend to get so involved with all the things that we do, and we forget that uh, we get stressed out and burn out, and we forget to take care of ourselves. So let's do this now. Let's discuss the Wellness Wednesday. I know I've been through a lot over the weekend too, but it's a fun weekend. I was so overwhelmed, not overwhelmed, but I'm actually, we drove 7 hours to Tremblant and, do all the skiing, but it's actually escape from all the stress around me from work. So that's important. It's also important within the week, like today is the midweek. It's important to do a little bit of a pause so that we don't get into a lot of stress. That's why. So how do we do this? There's so many techniques actually. We have to do the focus, the mind, focusing on what we do, not being distracted. That's one thing, you know because sometimes we think multitasking is really good, but mind you, it's not really a good way of doing things. You got to focus on one in order to to really get the best result, because multitasking tends to really um, get your mind. Come on, okay. Hold on. He's crying. He's barking. Let's stop for a bit. I'm multitasking. I'm walking the dog and doing my go live. But you know what? What I'm saying is that multitasking takes a lot of toll on our brain, because when we do two things at a time, you can never do two things at a time. Technically, you can't. Your mind focus do one thing, and then and then it starts to focus on the next one. So it's not good for your brain. So we got to be focused and remove all the distraction, and create an environment that is really good for us to focus. That's number one. And but I'm doing my multitasking now. But when it's okay, I guess, if the other action or task that you're doing is like physical, that you're not thinking, and the other one is you're thinking. Like I'm just giving my dog treat, and while I'm talking right now, I can do that. That's can easily be done. But if your mind is really focused on something, like it's a demanding work that chooses really your on brain or mind thinking, then it's kind of hard for the brain to refocus to another task. So make sure you really just remove all the distraction and focus on one thing, and that's it, because it stress you out more if you do two things, well, multiple things at a time, and we don't want to get burnout. So that's number one. It's like uh, that's number one thing. And another one is balancing. We have to make sure, like now we have to, if you're working so hard, you got to balance it out by taking a break or looking after yourself and doing some personal stuff that makes you feel good. Don't really just really do all work, 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 and no play. It has to be balanced. That's another thing so that we can really distress ourselves. So that's two. What else? Do I have another topic? Do I have another tip? Um, so many job, work, you got to take in between breaks like two, within 2 hours. Don't stay sitting all the time. So at least we could, you don't have to. Oh my goodness. See, I tell you, multitasking is tough. Look at what this little guy is doing. Oh, he found a friend. That's why. Hey, you. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Inky. Say hello. This is our big boy. And this is our little girl who keeps on bugging him. So, yeah. So the whole family is out today at the same time. Anyway, so those are the three tips that I'm talking about having a midweek mindful wellness so that we don't get burned out and stressed too much. So I hope I give you a little bit of a tip, especially now this season. We get so stressed out trying to get through the holiday season, like, preparing, shopping. But you know what? If you did your best and you prepare and shop for the people that you love, you can do the best that you can do. You don't have to really go. I know a lot of people wants to go beyond the, what they can do to please all their loved ones, but of course you need to also treat yourself. So just taking a break a little bit and focusing on your well-being, it is really very important. So you get to the holiday, when Christmas comes, you still have the energy to enjoy it. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope I have shared you something or given you some tips, because that's what I do for myself. Like, I don't want to get burned. I'm so into doing things at the same time too. It's also I'm trying to keep myself from doing the multitasking, because I know for a fact that it's not really good. But sometimes when you need to finish a lot of stuff, and you're so you have so many things to do, you end up doing that thing. So I'm trying to get away from it. But anyway, I hope I've given you a little bit of a tip, and that's it. I hope to see you, and again, happy Wednesday. And again, for those who are just tuning in and distracted, I saw somebody walking, and I thought, um, and again, for those who are just watching, my name is Sheila Mashana, and I'm coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. Hello, happy Wednesday, and I hope you have a great a great week ahead. I mean, the rest of the week, half of the week. Thank you so much. Bye bye for now.